up forever, love. Flames in our hearts, we built a life and we lived. Let's stay young forever. Your touch always start a fire beneath my wrinkles. The fire in our gaze never cease to sizzle. Young like rainbow colors, our hearts will twinkle. Our hearts will twinkle. Our hearts. Ours is a love, ours is a love that'll stand the test of time. I will fall every time I look in your eyes. Ours is a love, and ours is a love that'll stand the test of time. I will fall every time I look in your eyes.
Here was singer-songwriter Akanji, who you just heard her debut freaking single. That's exciting.
Yes, I'm excited.
Forever is the title. It's an ode
Yes.
penned to love that lasts forever. But I'm like, what kind of love lasts forever?
Well, there are many kinds of love in general, but God's love lasts forever. But when I wrote this song, I was thinking more about romantic love. So, love between two people. You ever just find your person? When you find your person,
You can't relate.
you can't
Is there such love in your life though? Let me ask you that.
Why are you trying to pry?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because music comes from like, a real place,
Yes.
So what was the inspiration behind it, I should say?
Okay, so this was initially a poem that I wrote. And I wrote this poem because I watched a video. You know how you're scrolling on Instagram and there's just random stuff in your timeline? And I watched this video of an old African couple. They should have been maybe around 60, 70 years old. And they were singing an a cappella Christian song together. The harmonies were out of this world. I'm talking about just no instrumentals, no nothing. These are African people. They're singing an African song. I couldn't tell what language it was. I heard Yesu. That's how I knew it was a Christian song. But he would look at her in this like
magical kind of way.
I've been looking at you for forever kind of way. And I was like, this is just absolutely beautiful. And so I started thinking, this is what it must feel like to find your person. So I went home that night, and I had also just bought a guitar, which I was learning to play, and I, learned 4 chords, and I was strumming, and then I was like, okay, let me try to put words to this, and I just took that poem that I had written like maybe a month or two before, and that's how the song came to be.
So songwriter is not just like a title. You actually putting pen to paper with guitar and stuff. But like for a first single, I gotta say like this joint, it sounds mature. Like, and your voice is really mature. The songwriting is like, it's great.
Yeah.
What's your creative process? I know you say you wrote it, but what's your creative process? You just a guitar, something you hear, or like.
So I write a lot of poetry. And sometimes I write the song and I write the melody and I put the words to it. I don't know how to do like, professional quote unquote songwriting where you write the notes and stuff. I'm not trained like that. I just do everything by ear with a piece of pen, a piece of paper and a pen. But for this particular song, what happened was I finally decided that it was time for me to, take this talent to a broader scope, I guess. So I went to this very amazing producer, and I literally said to him, this is my song. It sounds like a white girl song, but I want it to be African.
Afro, yeah.
So I just explained to him, I want drums, I want, very authentic African feeling to the song. And he asked me to play the 4 chords in the screen. So what I did was he sent me in the studio and I did like a dummy recording.
Yeah, like a demo kind of.
And I left the studio. So this is just the very basic 4 chords of the song and me just singing. So he took that recording and he looped it of the guitar, and then I sang over that. And the next day I came and the song sounded like what you just heard.
Yo, it sounds amazing.
Yes. I was very like appalled by
Yeah,
it. Like
yeah.
the first day that I heard this song, I literally like shed tears.
Shout
I
out
was
to your
like,
team. That's what you call a first single. And what's been the response like? Who, you know, what I'm saying, what's been people's response? You dropped it Sunday,
Yes.
July 29th.
Mhm,
Yeah.
exactly.
What's been people's response to it so far?
I'm getting calls from Cameroon. I mean,
Whoa.
people I have not spoken
International.
to.
You global now.
I mean, I'm from Cameroon,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
don't know if that really like.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
When I start getting calls from Asia, then I'll be like, okay, you know, we've gone for it.
People
But anyway,
loving it though.
yes, people are absolutely loving it. I'm getting calls. The response has been great. A lot of people are feeling that beat. Like I can't get over the beat.
Yeah, yeah.
The
it's
beat
really nice.
is just out of this world. And I feel like the producer really captured what I was going for, and I was trying to find like a fresh angle in music, because a lot of Afro music is kind of either you're doing world style, which is very traditional, or you're doing like the P square, you know,
Kind of like dance.
yeah,
Kinda, yeah.
the pop style. So I wanted to kind of be different. So I tend to think, this is my opinion, that I sound more Western, as in like European American kind of voice. So I have like a poppy kind of voice, but I want to keep the fact that I'm African. So what I wanted him to establish was take my Western style of singing, marry it to the African, you know, rhythm.
That's how I get more fans.
And that's how you get.
That's how I get people who buy tickets. No shots. Can we expect
I
a
guess.
video for it?
Yes.
Because I want to see a video for it personally.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very
Is your team working on
interesting. We are kind of starting to put we're doing brainstorming. This is like the brainstorming stages for it now. I kind of wanted to, because it's my first single, I wanted to kind of get a feel for what the response would be like before I invested in a video. And since it's been great so far, yes, that's definitely
I was gonna
something to
ask,
look forward to.
were there like, you know, a couple joints that you wrote, like sketches, demos, and then you picked this one, was like, this is gonna be the first single, or this is just your first time, like, you know?
Honestly, no. So this song was the one I felt most comfortable with on the guitar at the time that I stepped into the studio. Not because I had like a, you know, 10 million, I mean, of course, exaggerated, but not because I had a lot of songs, just because that particular day I was like, oh, you know, this song seems the most complete to me right now. And we started working on that one, and it turns out, you know, it's coming out the way it's coming out. So I'm excited.
I gotta ask though, there's a lot of artists coming out every day. A lot of, especially with the digitalized age, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
a lot of music
definitely.
coming out. How do you plan on making your mark, Akanji, in the game right now?
I think that the sound that you hear from this song is very distinct. A lot of people are hearing for the first time, I think, a Western sounding vocal ability married to like an African. Because usually you would hear like very African sounding vocals and rhythms that go with that. It's the first time that you're hearing like authentic African rhythm shakers, you know, hand drums, like that kind of stuff, xylophones in there too.
Yeah.
And someone who, if you put my voice on this track over like a Western beat, I'm gonna sound like a Taylor Swift kind of girl.
Yeah.
You know, so it's very interesting. So I think that uniqueness is going to be what propels me forward in the business and kind of make me stand out.
Yeah.
Also, I think I'm the only me in the world, so
Hey, I like it.
that alone is enough.
Perfect segue. What's behind the name Akanji for somebody who might be here for the first time?
It's my middle name. It's my
Facts?
actual middle name.
Facts?
Yes.
What's the meaning though?
Oh, the meaning, it's the one whose touch gives life. Now, fun fact, I'm Cameroonian, of course. But the name is actually of Nigerian origin. So, in my dialect, it doesn't actually mean anything. Or at least my parents don't know what it means. It doesn't have any like specific meaning attached to it. But one day on random Google search, I was like, what does this actually mean? So that's what it says. The one whose touch gives life. And I was like, oh. And
Shoot,
the reason
song
why I
giving
picked
me
it,
life. Shoot, you know what I'm saying?
hey, the reason why I also picked it is because my grandfather, as I just recently found out, used to love music. He had a boombox. He would carry on his shoulder and walk around the city. And my aunties just told me actually very recently. So I was wanting to keep my Africanness like that part of my identity, which is why I chose to go with my middle name. And it's just a nice
unique.
little,
Yeah.
you know, knowing that my grandpa is kind of watching over the whole process in a way. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's unique. Now you are first. This is Stuck in the Middle podcast. So Stuck in the Middle.
Shout out to Stuck in the Middle.
Yeah, first time we met you was with your team Legacy.
Yes.
You know, y'all filled up the place. You are one of two females in the label.
Yeah,
Legacy
women,
Inc. Yeah,
strong
women. Yeah, strong African woman.
Yeah,
How's it?
know.
I'm not, you know, what I'm saying, I try to put a wedge, but how's the competition? How's the, you know, what I'm saying, like the collaboration with?
It's not a competition. I mean, this is a question that speaks into today's society as far as like women artists and women who are trying
How's
to
the
be
vibe?
somebody. The vibe is great. She's my sister, like literally.
Yeah.
We work together all the time. We've done a few covers together. We push each other, you know. She's phenomenal, and she has been kind of out there for much longer than I have. So I'm just starting to enter the business, so to speak.
She's like holding your hand.
Yes, very much so.
That's
She's
dope.
like helping me do like distribution things, you know how to talk to people about how
to
get,
brand, you know, what I'm saying,
how,
to get
how,
that
how to
bag.
secure the bag.
Hey.
But that kind of stuff. So it's a great relationship, and I'm really happy that I have her to kind of guide me in that regard. But it's most definitely a collaboration, and very inspiring one at that too.
You're also a writer.
Yes.
What kind of stuff do you write?
Poetry. I write some fiction, but a lot of my fiction is based on stuff that actually happens to me. So I don't know how fictional it is. But I don't know. I try to make it, you know, like write fictional style.
Yeah, creators, what do they call it? Creative liberty kind of thing. Yeah.
What else? Yeah, mostly. And then I'm a journalist, so I write scripts and that kind of stuff. I'm actually in grad school now, which I have to create a film by the time I'm done. So I'm going to be writing a whole of that story and, you know, finding people to actually make it come to life and like the whole thing. So
Now, you got an actor right here you talking to, you know what I'm saying?
I'll hit you up.
If you send the right check, I might, you know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. Where can people find your writing?
So I actually have a website. It's iamakanji.com. So it's that simple. It's got everything, pretty much my entire artistic expression.
Yeah, the music as well. Forever is on there.
Not yet. Forever isn't there on yet because I just have been so busy trying to go to grad school. This was my first week of grad school on Monday.
Hey, Legacy, man, I got to put it on there. You know, say take over the website.
Yeah.
But it's online everywhere.
Yes,
Forever.
it is online. iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, Tidal, like all the places. And then I also did a short, well, not short, but you know, a lyric video for it, just so people could have something to look at in the meantime while I work on the video. So that's also available on YouTube.
I love the track, your first single. It's
you.
exciting. I can't wait for more. I can't wait to see the video.
I'm kind of nervous now because I'm like, how do I follow
this is it. This is it. How do you follow it up? Because you set the bar for yourself, but you know you're great at what you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Akanji, she dropped her first single. Forever is online everywhere. Go check it out. Appreciate you talking with us on Stuck in the Middle.
I am excited to be here. Thank you so much for sitting down with me. This has been an absolute pleasure. And want to say, shout out to Stuck in the Middle. You guys are knocking this out of the park. Like, you started with the podcast, and it's great. I listened, by the way.
Appreciate it.
FYI. And you know, last time I was here, we didn't have a set. Now we have a set, and we're actually doing video, and this is very exciting.
I would toast to that. I would toast to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is the second single, the video, everything, success to you.
To awesomeness.
Awesomeness. I
How
like
about
it.
that?
Hey, Stuck in the Middle, Akanji. Appreciate you for coming through, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.